Hey, what goes on, everybody? Welcome back to another wonderful Great Ace Attorney stream where we continue on with the last case of the first game. The advent. Gee, wow, thanks. I always enjoy getting blown up at the beginning of streams. Oh my goodness, I like to clap for that. Yay! Order, please. Let me raise up the audio because for some reason the audio is way too quiet right now. There we go. That should be enough. But how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good Sunday? It's Sunday, right? Sunday it is, yes. Alright, here we go. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. And is it our favorite guys? Yes, they are. Look at them blushing. Tag yourself. I'm the tall one. I'm a french fry in that chip hand. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination? Oh, yeah, governor. I did, Gov, I did. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Cool, blimey. This is going to be hard work. Oh, goodness. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windy Banks. You said, wah, well, it was Bedlam soon as, weren't it? It wasn't as, it was. Got the was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out me Lucy Lockets. But indeed, they did. However, they lied. You brothers. The brothers. Cool, blimey. On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. No, we never done nothing of the sort. How'd you figure that out? Wow, they already contradicted each other. Oh. One brother is a bad liar. You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. Oh. And glass shattered, and that, gentleman, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. A thought worth pondering, perhaps. Say no more, Gov. We air ya. We'll blab. We'll squeak. We'll peach. How do you peach? How does one peach? Can I go in peach? In peach. Oh wait, what fell to the floor? Oh, what? Wait, a remote? Where did this remote end up? There was just some random remote that just fell to the floor. Oh, it's the TV remote, okay. Alright, illegal entry, the whole truth ain't nothing but the truth. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and all that stuff went flying. By the way, check, can I get an audio check? How's the audio? Everything A-okay? Lummy, it didn't give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us an X. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarped it straight into them in the back. In the back. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? Thank you, Chad, I appreciate it. So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windybank's countertop on the night in question. Not ransack, Governor, no. That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess. The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all. We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't he make us sound a bit more cutthroat? It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windy Banks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. Transformers? I'm sure of it. And then we focus on Greggy. Little Greggy. Alright, cross-examination time. Let's see where they're lying at. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we? We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good. Well, we ain't up to no good. Well said, Ringo, me old China. Me old China? Hello, me old China. How you doing? What's this? What's all this then here? What's all this then here? Hold on, I gotta drink my tea, though. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, it's still hot, still hot, still hot. Don't want to burn off my tongue. We only land ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done and landed yourselves in even more trouble. Yeah, well, Dad's rotten luck. Says the rotten apple eater. Oh, did you just call him an apple eater? Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter? We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up. Tidied it up? Sorry. You see, they're bad liars. It was when we heard the gunshots. See, made us both jump and all that stuff went flying. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter. Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, alright? Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up at that bang. Oh, his granny's dead. That is lore right there. Big Brovia screamed like a blooming baby and fell over on the counter. Wait, Big Brov? How old are these two? Wait, the smaller one is 27 and the taller one is 26. The tiny one is old. Wow. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. That got tangled in some marionette, which what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor. You've really mastered working quietly then. What a racket. Me granny would have been scared back in her grave at a clatter like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, BAM! Wait, what? What? Oh, what's going on, Greg Z?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Greg Z. Inspector Greg Z, do you have something to add? Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels. No. Something to add about their testimony? Banned. You seem to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details. How about you just tell us what's on your mind? As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night, and the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. Did it? They've been lying so much. You claim you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feel like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy! We'll get it right this time. That's it. Yep, it's all coming back to me now. Wow, Van Zeeks is mad. Then speak! Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds. Sirs. Right you are, Gov. Stop lying, you two. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!" Give me that gun? So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously? We did, Gov, we did. Although, I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kinda wavering voice before the yell and all. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun! Bam! Oh, they're role-playing. They really did the whole roleplay thing. It's like, yeah, bang, owie, mommy, Wee-oo, wee-oo, somebody call the ambulance. Wee-oo. Kind of thing. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, that might have been the tea bag. I was like, wait, did I spill something? I didn't spill anything. A career in acting tragically missed. Come on, that was some good acting there. Way better acting than I could do. And where were the voices coming from, could you tell? Wait, Dragoon, I didn't spill anything, alright? I thought I spilled my tea, but it was the tea bag tag. Somehow when I put it down on the desk, the tag went upwards and I'm like, it looked like something spilled, Dragoon. But hello, Dragoon. You feeling cozy today? Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter was... from the storeroom where the victim was found dead. Wait, follow age works? Wow, what the hey? Heck, a day late for 222. Are you just trying to get a record or something with that? I can't believe follow age works. I thought that thing was disabled. Ah, well. And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Windybank. On me Granny's life, of course it was. You enabled it. Ah, Dragoon, you're a hacker, I gotcha. On his Granny's life, of course it was. So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windybank and the sound of his voice. So that would mean, what? What, Nash, what? Any ideas? Yes, Counsel, indeed it would. Nah, we didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny when the bloke and all the fancy cobbler's giving us the evil eye? You mean that guy right there? The evil eye? If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. On me Granny's life it is. On his Granny's life it must be. Oh my goodness, it's a good job his Granny's dead. To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tied it up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it, these two are a crazy pair. I love these two. The bloke would own the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. You're saying that Mr. Windybank had a gun in his hands? Oh yeah, I bet that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shot it out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant in mind, more of an empty threat, you could say. Mr. Windybank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping. He readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course. Good grief, extraordinary devotion indeed. If alarmingly misguided. Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper. Bet he wished he squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun." And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot. It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun! Bam! Kinda thing. Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed. And he freaking missed them. I love these two so much. I love that they just missed every single freaking collab and they only hit at the end. What the heck? Chat, these are the two best characters in the game. I love these characters so freaking much. What the heck? They are amazing. Oh, that's some tea right there. Then we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck before everything went dead quiet. After that, we done a slapdash job tidying the place up. I freaking love these two. Lummy didn't have give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. So, you didn't try to open the storeroom door then? Not in your life. It went deathly quiet after that, it did. It's a Nernaberry. You keep changing your name every time. So, am I supposed to know that, Dragoon? You keep changing your name up every single time you pop up. Well, not every single time, but... I didn't know. I don't know these names. Just say your old name. Just why don't you? This is the final change. Can I press X to doubt? I'm gonna doubt you right now. You see my eyes up here? They're full of doubt. Because this one matches the design. Oh yeah, you're VTuber model, right? Guess what you can do? Ooh, I hope it's something awesome. What can you do? Wait, what is this? Oh, you got animated. Wait, what? You got animated emotes? No way. I still don't have them yet. It says right here, your animated emote slots are coming soon. Like, literally, I will show it right. Wait, can I show it right now, though? I want to know if I can. No, I don't think I can. So, yeah, it says I'm still getting them soon. I don't have them yet. What the heck? How are other people getting them and I'm not? That stinks. You got no subs? I'm sorry, Nerna. But anyway, the door was locked, weren't it? No way that was opening. But by the way, I hope you're doing alright, though. Yes, of course, it was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe. It was, Guff, it was from the inside. I got follower emotes still, but I want animated emotes. Do you know how many animated emote ideas I have? When I get the funds for it, I can actually commission some emotes that can be animated. I can do sloth hug, sloth gunshot, gun pointing, sloth pointing gun at you. Something like that, though. Oh, thank goodness. Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we? Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps? Don't ring no bells, don't light no lights. We have to cut and run before we notice anything like that. We're still cutting our teeth in this game, see? But one day, we'll really cut the mustard. Please, cut it out. But as we know, behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away. Yes, unfortunately. Gina was in there unconscious with the gun in her hand. Hold on, I'm gonna toss out the tea bag so I can drink the tea without putting the tea bag in my mouth. I don't want to eat the tea bag. There we go. To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom? That's right, Gov, that's right. Good enough, even if we wanted to. By the way, chat, to those who are curious what's going to happen, there is going to be... So, here's what's going to happen after Great Ace Attorney. I'm not going to play the second game right away because I don't want to burn myself out. So, the next game I'm going to play after Great Ace Attorney is this. Does anybody know what this game is? I found it in the store one day and for some reason I just have this game now. Maybe that could be fun for some people, I guess. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarped it straight into him in the black. Wait, Dragoon, what's with the oh no? Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there. We was, Nash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand. Good advice, miss, good advice. Truth be told, me mind went totally blank. Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hands. Mental note made, miss. After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something, so they clapped the darbies on us like winking. And after you've been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah. Well, listen, that proves it, done it? Done it, eh? Oh, we couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. See, we never even had a chance, did we? Hold it! And why should we believe that? What? Well, cause it's true, innit? The place was totally empty when we went in. At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank. Correct? You got it, mister. Down to a T. So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windybank. Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony? What is it, Runo? You look very fierce. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired. Here we go. Some tea. Mighty kind of you. Thank you very much, Iris. I do enjoy the tea. Am I not done with this tea yet? There's still a lot more tea in this cup. I've been actually drinking and I'm trying to gulp it down before it gets really disgusting. Just give me a second. There we go. Had to chug that thing down while it was still tasty. This flavor is very good. It's green flavor. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh, but I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something important. It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it. Well, feelings can be very logical at times. Sorry? People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that in your brain, we'll quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you describe. You've concluded that there's something sus about this testimony without knowing why. That's all. Give me a second, I gotta... For some reason, it's getting like really hot in here. There we go. Oh, hopefully everything's better now. You bought green milk? Green milk? Green? Well, I hope it's very green. But yeah, tea is good. Make sure you drink up your tea, everybody, alright? But yeah, that's the game. I'm gonna focus on Danganronpa 1 after Great Ace Attorney. Then after I finish 1 of Danganronpa, depending on how it goes, you better watch. If you don't watch, I will cry. Depending on how that goes, I will go to Great Ace Attorney after Great Ace Attorney 2 after that. I think you should trust your instincts. Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5. You got all emotes as tier 1 now? Didn't need the subs after all? I don't know, I guess they gave them to all affiliates, I guess. Every affiliate's got the freaking thing now, I guess. Oh yeah, I have a lot of stuff. It's like, what is it that just throws things off? Like, which one is the sus testimony to throw it off, I guess? Just, they heard a voice yelling out. The block what owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have fired instead of yelling at the girl. But was he really holding a gun though? That's the thing. Wendy's bank gun, yeah, the thing is, this gun was being held by Gina, so it's like, that's already sus enough. So I'm gonna save and use that because Wendy's bank, Gina has Wendy Bank's gun. So in that case, they're lying about this part. So here we go. Okay, that... If the music doesn't stop, it's wrong. I got it wrong then. Dang it. Dang it. Okay, I gotta look at this more carefully. It's like I'm trying to find a sus statement, but it didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it. Straight into him in the black. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? I mean, I know you didn't shoot the pawnbroker, but you shot Mr. Sholmes. So it's like, something is going on, though. What is the sus statement, though? Wait, I could use this photo, though. Hold on a second. Hold on. was holding a gun. Were you sure he was holding a gun? Because in this photo here, he's not. So where's the gun? Where's the gun? You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windybank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You've got the picture. He has, Nash. He has, no question. And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybank was not in possession of a firearm, if any description.
Objection.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? I mean, I gotta progress with the game, right? Even if it hurts me? Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel. Yeah, that's right. Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could have been about to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly likely. No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses. A skulkin's never skulkin'. I love these two so much. The bloke would own the place, was holding a gun, should have fired instead of yelling at the girl. I tried that. That didn't work out right there then. Then what am I missing then? The bloke was holding a gun, should have just fired instead of yelling at the old girl. Hold on, let me look at my evidence real quick. The thing is, there's no gun though. If there is supposed to be a gun, I do not see it anywhere then. Oh wait, maybe the photo's here? Yeah, cause they put everything back, but they didn't book it out. I don't know if that's it though. I don't know if they left after we came in though. We came in and they started dashing out and I had to give chase. I remember that part. They put everything back, but they didn't book it out. They heard a gunshot and they ran. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. How did they put everything back if they ran? Wait, what? Give me that gun. We did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yell out. Should have fired. Lummy didn't have give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarped it straight into in the black. Oh, into me in the black. They stuck everything back. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. We never had a chance, see? That's it? That's the full extent? Huh. I mean, none of it seems sus, though. I don't know. To me right now, it just seems like, which part is it? So they put everything back, then they scarpered. They put everything back and then scarpered. That's what they're saying right now. That's what they're saying. They put the things back and ran. That doesn't make much sense. Because how did they do it fast enough? I mean, the thing is, these things were taken 30 minutes apart, so it's like we can't tell exactly how long it took them, though. These two pictures were taken... Why would there be two people on the floor? We stuck everything where we found it and scarped it straight into him in the black. They put everything back after the murder took place. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see, we never had a chance. I'm absolutely dumbfounded right now. I don't know. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him in the black. They put everything back. Why'd they put everything back though? So what's the reason to them putting everything back then? Would there be a reason to put everything back? So, if you're scared, why would you stay and put everything back before running?
Objection.
No, that's not it. That's not either. What the flip? Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I still don't understand where the sus part is. I understand. I don't know where the sus part is. How can I prove that? This is actually... They knocked a few things over. We weren't rifling. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out. The bloke what owned the place was holding the gun. We did try that, but that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Okay, look at it this way. Put back could mean put something in someone's hand. I'm sorry, I don't understand, Dragoon. I'm sorry. None of that is making any sense to me. I'm trying to see what's going on, and I thought the one objection I had worked, but it's like, no, it's not. That's not the right one. Look at the hat in the picture. The hat in the picture. The hat in the picture. You mean this hat right here? That hat? Or another hat? Look at the hat in the picture. What's missing in the pictures? What's missing? Oh, wait a second. Wait, I'm seeing a bit of a difference now. Wait. The friggin' lamp. There's something, wait, something's wrong with the lamp. What happened with the lamp? Unless there's something else that I'm supposed to see, but right now that's all I see the difference of. Huh. If I just keep looking back and forth, the only difference I see is that everything is shifted a bit and the lamp is broken. The bloke who was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scampered straight into him in the black. We never even had a chance, see? They never could have shot him. Well, what is with the lamp though? Where do I use it in? I see the difference now, but it's like, where do I use it then? They put everything back. Let's see, we weren't rifling for nothing. Plus, where is the desk and where is he on the floor? Wait, where is the desk? Wait, what do you mean, where is the desk? What desk? What desk? Are you talking about where this body is? It's in the table. Do you mean that this big Wait, this is in a completely different room. The death was over here. This is where the table is, but the body was found in a different room, not over here. Bodies are over here. It was all in the storeroom, so it's like, yeah, it didn't happen over here. It happened over here. Do I really not know what's going? What is going on? It's like I'm supposed to know, but I don't really know right now. Now, would they be in there if they weren't put back there? Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out. We didn't have a fright. We was thinking the shooter come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered. We couldn't have shot the palm broke. We never even had the chance. Dang it, I ended this part again. Dang it, I gotta go back. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, chat. My brain is stupid. They weren't rifling for nothing. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun." The bloke who owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. Wait. Was holding the gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl? Wait.
Objection.
Dang it. Oh, this is really peeving me off right now. What the heck? Read the paper. Maybe if I read the paper, it might make sense. What? Wait, which? This? No, not this paper. Wait, what paper are we talking about? Let's see. Single bullet, instant death. Well, that's not helping. Which paper are we talking about? Not the ticket. Pawnbroker perishes in pig purse plunder. Do you mean this paper right here? Wait, what the heck is this? It says Ministry mole classified secrets may have been leaked overseas by Ministry of Justice. For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news. Oh, okay, this is something completely different about nations and whatnot, so this is not helping at all. I do apologize if this stream is mostly just me being stupid, because I really cannot think right now. I'm trying to think, but it's like my brain isn't coming up with anything. What is going on? I feel like I'm just a horrible I'm just horribly streaming right now. Oh, so getting that just gives me new info about secrets being leaked to foreign agencies. The ticket. 13 February, one small box. Read the ticket. So let's see. Were they trying to go for the box? Or is it something else that I'm supposed to look at? We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. We stuck everything back. The bloke who had owned the place was holding a gun. Should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. Photo of the girl. Photo of the girl? What photo of the photo of the girl? What photo of the girl? I don't see the photo of the girl. Oh my goodness, this is come on. Gina, wait, what photo? I don't see Gina's photo anywhere. What photo of Gina? I can't go to no photo. What photograph? I don't see the photograph of Gina. You mean this one here? I'm sorry. I'm getting really. This is really peeving me off. What is going on? I'm getting really peeved off. All right, I'm here, but what am I supposed to look at? This game is just What am I missing? Am I missing anything right now? That's one thing I don't get. Am I missing anything? Now look at the pic of her on the floor. Of her on the floor? I don't have a pic of her on the floor? Wait, isn't that the guy's gun? Yeah, that's Wendy Bank's gun, not the Skulkin's gun. That's the revolver. That's Wendy Bank's revolver. I already presented that. I presented that already. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. That's not decisive enough. I already presented that. It's not decisive. I put it right here. I put it right here. The bloke who owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. So it's like, I did show them this picture and they're like, oh, that's not decisive. Use their gun. So you're saying he had their gun? You're saying Mr. Wendy Bank had their gun? I'll try it.
Objection.
Nope, that didn't work. Okay, I'm really lost right now. I'm super lost. I am super lost right now. What is going on? Does anybody know? Use the tickets? The tickets are not gonna help. They're not. I'm trying to see what I'm missing, but it's not helping. The one time I actually had it, it's like, no, that's not decisive enough. What else do I use? I'm just done. They never stood a chance, but their gun has a shot fired. Yes, their gun was shot. Mr. Sholmes was shot. That's why they shot Mr. Sholmes. This gun shot Mr. Sholmes. This one apparently shot Mr. Windybank. Mr. Sholmes was shot. Single bullet wound from the back. They stuck everything back where they found it in Scarborough, traded him in the black. The blockboard owned the place was holding a gun, so they just fired instead of yelling at the girl. But at the same time, how would you know he was holding the gun?
Objection.
Wait. Are you telling me that was it? How would they know if he had a gun if they didn't look in the back? If they were putting everything back on the desk, they didn't look at them too. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Are you joking me? I actually had it. I was thinking way too much. And the thing is, if they were so busy putting everything back on the table, they wouldn't have looked in the back. And they were saying, oh, if he had a gun, but like, how did you know they were in the back? Did you see them with a gun? All right. So, can I just I deserve that. I really deserve that right there. Oh my goodness. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windybank, was wielding a gun, is that correct? That's it, Gov. You've got the picture. He has, Nash, he has, no question. I can't believe it. So, usually there's all these games, and there's always that one prompt that makes me lose my mind because I'm thinking too much, and I'm not thinking straight enough. I'm thinking way outside the box when I should be in the box. That was so tough to figure out, but it's like it was right there in front of my face the whole time. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybank was not holding a firearm of any description. You what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection.
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windybank's gun was found at the scene. But Dragoon, thank you for trying to help me out. I appreciate it. It seems like we were working it out together, but at the same time, we're both just holding our heads like... Gun, bang, shoot, bang. Funny, ain't it? Not only was it identified as a murder weapon, but it was found in the accuser's hand. So you was right? I feel like you were getting close, but at the end, I got it, I guess. Yeah, that mold tool used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. It's so funny seeing it like the 5th time in a row.
Hold it.
Stay exactly where you are, right there. If the crime had taken place as you so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness, are you sure, counsel? You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments? This is it. This is it right here. Because here, in the autopsy report, he was shot in the back, but the way they were acting out, they said he got shot from the front. No, he got shot In the back? Let me read that again. Yes, entered the body from the back. From the back.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot. Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. or Mr. Skulkin. Yeah. I love that he's standing on a box. But, what is the God honest truth? It is, Natch, it is. When he was shot that night, the shopkeep had a gun in his hand and we saw with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windybank holding a gun? Uh-oh. Something like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question they actually saw, with their own eyes, the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash. Now we're getting somewhere. Ordar! Witnesses, explain yourselves at once. Well, the thing is, they weren't supposed to, It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we, Cut it out, Nash, cut it out. If we blab now, you know what it'll do to us. He? Who are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you. Bruv, come on, the game's up. But, you have our guts for garters. In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. So there's somebody in the background doing all this bad stuff, huh? Guts for goddess. On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Well... Hey, Jamal? How long have I been streaming? How long have I been playing Got One? Feels like you've been seeing me stream this for a long time. Well, I was streaming this once a week, and now I'm trying to play this twice a week to finish this game even faster, so... Ever since the game came out? When did the game come out? Who are you? Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. Alright, let's get all the truth and nothing but the truth, Governor. Alright, so we just got inside the gap and Eve the sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. I pulled me gun on him and then he legged it through that door into the back room. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. Huh. So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encounter him in the main part of the shop. Well, yeah, sorry. Well, we found ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time, Nash, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination. But yes, I'm trying to finish this game this month. I want to finish this game before the year is over, which I'm pretty sure I will. This is it, the moment I've been waiting for. So yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yay for me delaying. But yeah, that's what I want to do from now on. I want to focus on more games to like playing them twice a week instead of once a week. So it's just like you're just waiting the whole time. I'm not playing God 2 right away. You kidding me? I don't want to get burned out. I'm playing Danganronpa after this. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and need the sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windybank. Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right. We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously, but we never thought no one was gonna come out of the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom. Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been. So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Which means Jeannie must have been in there at that point as well. But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windybank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. That is true. Gina did show up with a gun, like she aimed the gun at him. He went into the storeroom, came out, saw the brothers, and then ran back inside the storeroom? Did you see the accused at the time? What, that mole tooler? Couldn't tell ya. No way, Kaba. We have bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Maybe he wanted to get a gun of his own? Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it. Scartha was possessed. You mentioned that Mr. Windybank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Well, yeah. Was the victim Mr. Windybank wielding a gun at the time? Was he ever, blimey lummy, a great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me front a piece? So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windybank with the gun at that time, is that right? It is, Guff, it is. Spot on. Then all of a sudden, he came at us, he did. It was bedlam. I didn't know who was going for who. You were clearly all going for each other. Like Nash said, we thought we had it. I mean, for an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He yeeted me over the counter. Just picked me up and yeet. Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. That got tangled in some marionette what knocked over a picture frame what knocked them skills on the floor. So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, Big Brother went flying over that counter like a gunshot, I can tell ya. Then the old geezer pinned him. He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There was a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. So you're telling me that the things on the counter, they were shifted over because the little skulkin was yeeted across the room, which must have made a loud bang and shook the things over a bit. So they didn't pick things up. The pressure of the throw must have shifted things over because he just got yeeted by a big guy. That's right, when the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Windybank, he did everything he could to protect the shop. Yeah, I pulled me gun on him and then he legged it through that door into the back room. Were you intended to shoot Mr. Windybank? No, never. I was just, you know. I love how... That is one of my favorite animations in this game ever. That is literally one of my favorite animations where they just literally whiff every freaking high five. Looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran out through that door and shut himself in. There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Windybank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Ah, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windybank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windybank's hands again? I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it? There's a little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and me bruvia. That's right, Nash, that's right, me and me bruvia. We never had nothing to do with killing him, that's all what happened, I swear. You say you had nothing to do with it? Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov, nothing. The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was from the inside. We know it was because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one, good and strong, wouldn't budge an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused Miss Gina Lestrade. It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could possibly have shot Mr. Windybank? Maybe? Yeah, there has to be. Mr. Skulkin. Yeah, what? What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. It did? What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windybank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of two conundrums. The music in this game is so good. I give it a fantastic out of fantastic. Yeah. 2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe? Indeed, namely. From what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time? Understood, my lord. Are you alright, Bruno? I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the question posed by his lordship. Alright, let's answer them. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Hold on, I'm gonna save just in case. I have an idea, but better to save than be sorry. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's see. Indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. So let's see. So if it didn't happen here, it had to happen in front of the counter. Maybe the front of the counter. Maybe here. There. Indicate where that person could have fired the gun. Because if somebody would have come in, it has to be like around this area. But also it could be... But that person could have fired the gun. Think. Hold on, I gotta get a brain blast. Think. If I believe someone else killed him, from where could they have shoot it from? Because if Mr. Windybank was here, you have to shoot him here, or you can shoot him over here. But as he said, he was running towards them. So it's like you could shoot him from the front door. Indicate from when that person could have fired the gun. but he was shot from the back. That's the thing. Let's see. Where he could have fired the gun. So I would say... indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Because there could have been somebody else. The entrance is over here. The storeroom is over here. It can't be Gina, so we have to throw this out. This has to be thrown out. So, if you have to shoot him, and he can only get shot from the back, that's the thing. You have to shoot him in the back. So I feel like the person could have shot him here. The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Over here? The defense believes that the victim would have been in this position here. Yeah, that probably didn't work. What your answers in fact show is that your own position is absurd as those you have indicated on the plan. What are you saying? What Lord Van Zieks is saying, counsel, is that your answers are clearly flawed. Yeah, okay, this one's a tough one. Twice as many chances to be wrong. From where did the culprit shoot the victim, and where was the victim at the time? Well, I don't see why we can't show that someone other than Ginny could have done it in the storeroom, do ya? Yes, that's the right way of looking at it, I suppose. Someone other than Gina in the storeroom. What's the best move here? Should I try again or gather more information first? Let me give it another try. The thing is, could some... I got an idea. I just got an idea. It just threw... It puked up in my head, basically. I got it now. I believe I got it now. So, what if the person who could have fired the gun was right here, sees that through that little slot, shoot him in the back over here. So I'm gonna say here, the person was here, and then the victim, Mr. Windybank, was here because of the people. The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Windybank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skolkin brothers' earliest testimony, I pulled me gun on him and then he legged it through that door into the back room. If Mr. Windybank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time. What is this? It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Well, if the door was open, I was gonna say the peephole, but door is open, I guess. Hey, Stevie, how you doing? Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Flashback. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner, his report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Little guy. Little man. Little man did it. Little Skolkin brother did it. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Of course, he would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windybank. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? But, what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside? Wait, could it be Gina?
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant is Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
The tilting of the building caused by pulling the emergency stop caused the door. CB, we're talking about a building, not a train. That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the steel room. For what possible reason? So what, you press the emergency brake, the building goes, "Arr!" Making our final stop. Oh, the steamship case. Oh. No, we're not bringing that back. Do not bring that logic back. Steamship turn. Uh-oh, you're locked in forever now. Well, my best friend died and I'm in cuffs. Oh boy, my life is going well. Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it? Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please. But of course, Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh yeah, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windybank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windybank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. Yo, bro, we the thieves. I love how Big Skulkin was just staring at him like, yo, bro, shut up. If your theory is correct, that will leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windybank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windybank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. Why does Nash do a pog whenever he turns? Yo, bro, look at me, I'm pogging. Bro, what's pogging? We don't live in the modern times. What's a Twitch? They don't even know what Twitch is, and they're pogging. They're pogging before pogging was cool. In order to save her own life.
Hold it!
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't good. We ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
Objection!
Oh boy. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windybank's murder. Imagine being born in a time without live streams. You mean in the time of the Black Plague? Oh man, you mean I don't get to see live streams and I die by rat disease? Oh boy. I love the little mouse. That was amazing, Runo. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know, first time ever, and probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. I'll shoot them anyway. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of not... Oh no. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? He's laughing? Is he really laughing? Okay, what the heck? Why does he laugh like that? That's a weird laugh, Van Zeeks. You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zeeks? I find myself the defense's argument most persuasive. He's pouring it. I dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial Eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pedophagy here. What? The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because you see, it contains a fatal flaw. A flaw? Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing? I say, Lord Van Zeeks, I'm blushing for you. Might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Oh! The cup keeps dying, assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. Ah, the gun was only shot once, that's why. By George, count bullets. Oh dear, he noticed then. Oh, what's everyone talking about? Counsel? Yes, sir. Tell the court, how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime? Two bullets. Correct, the first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Hurley Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene. Indeed, the defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet early in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appeared to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Oh no. Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are two firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windybank, and the Skolkin brothers' revolver. And then he fuses them together to make one gun. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Hurley Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I think you'll find that if the single bullet that was fired from the brothers' gun hit Mr. Sholmes, it means Windybank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop. Exactly. Yes, this Nippon-ese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Ah! My back. My poor back. Really, like every time he does that, it hurts my back because he goes into full force into the wall, and it's like, yeah, that'll crack your back a bit. Oh. Ah! Somebody died over there. So to that person, I say bye-bye to that person who just got hit by the glass. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery. Lord Van Zeeks. But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. Why does that bye-bye kind of sound like the diver guys from Wind Waker? I don't know. I don't think it's dumb though, but hold on. Can I get a... Let me see if I can find him real quick. Wind Waker... Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Divers sounds. Well, I couldn't find the sounds of them, but there is a video of Wind Waker ambience wave sounds for 10 hours. We can listen to Wind Waker wind sounds for 10 hours, but I can't get the divers going bye-bye. Although I know what you're talking about with the divers, though. The divers do go bye-bye. They do make sounds. They do make the funny sounds. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with a murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. That disc. The one that got the hand cut on it. I'll be taking that whatever it is and McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. Brightness. Yes, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc. Wow, I messed that up so much. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windybank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her, and with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Good gracious. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There were no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence counsel as a grim testament to the defendant's character. Lord Von Zeeks, Inspector Gregsy, what? Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service and, I think it was agreed that that disc wouldn't be used as evidence. Is Von Zeeks breaking the rules? Is he gonna say screw the rules? I have a bottle? Flings? What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Von Zeeks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting. Hey fandom, how you doing? But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Oh, he really did say screw everyone else. I am the law. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Indeed, bailiff? All right. We got it. The prosecution has established the accuser's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. Before we continue on, let's look at the disc. Blood. Oh, Bruno, look! This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. Then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Bruno. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? Everybody's watching. In a flash. Oh. Gas! Gas, gas, gas! Green? Ooh, a lovely bright shade again. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Interesting. For McGilded. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Bruno? Yeah, so rather mistakenly defended. I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this disc. That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself. But yeah, how's everybody doing in chat so far? Everybody holding up all right? Let's go look at the blood samples real quick. Green. We've seen the color before, but we don't know what. But wait. The thing is, didn't blood come off the... Wait, wasn't it... Didn't he bleed when the disc was taken away from him? So, if he's green, then why is his blood on the calendar? He lost blood. That blood is green on the disc. Then he... Wait, what is going on? Whoa. Eggert is sus. There is nothing more to add. Something's going on here. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. Holy flip. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, Runo. Stop up. My lord. Wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling around in a bit of fog up until now, truth be told, but all of a sudden... The answer is barely obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Very well, the court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Oh boy, here we go
Guilty.
again.
Guilty.
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 Squeak. Look at the mouse, look at the mouse, look at the mouse. The mouse did a jump. Yeah. Wait, then if the other guy was shot and that's his blood, then what happened to Sholmes? Where's his blood? Oh, Sholmes does not bleed. He never bleeds. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. That's my line. I wrote that. Oh, how dare he use it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. That's beyond any doubt. The game we don't play anymore? That game is old news. We play games like Halo now. Halo Among Us. Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Even the judge is like, all right, Naruhodo, I understand. We're gonna do it already. You just shut up. We're gonna do it. Summation examination. We already know what to do. All right, everybody ready? Gyarados Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty. Isn't this crazy, chat? Judicial Findings. Yeah. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. Stretch? I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. What did he do, though? The accused attempted a death on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead. I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There's nothing I do not know about guns. Wow, thanks. That really helps out right there. Thank you very much. It would seem there is a little remaining room for doubt. Have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. The whole courtroom is turning against me. It's not fair. Iris? That prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer. Yeah, just because I've killed 5 people doesn't make me a serial killer, right? Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out, eventually. That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination. Ah! Yes, my lord. I slapped myself ready. I am primed for cooking. It's time to cook with the jury examination. Let's do it. Also, I just realized. Do you see the little Skulkin brother right there? He's been Mike Wazowski'd. And if you don't know what that is, it's because there's a picture of Mike Wazowski and there's like a sticker covering his eye, so you barely see him on the cover. So yeah, he's been Mike Wazowski'd. You can see the bigger brother. You can see Gregsy over there. Where the flip's the little one? Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying? Well, are all members of the British Army so quick to judge? I beg your pardon? Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world? No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous. Well, yes, might have a point there, I suppose. But let's not forget the girl had already shown she had it in her from before. She's clearly a criminal sort through and through, can't deny it. When you say that she'd shown she had it in her, are you referring to this? Exactly, tried to swipe that only a day earlier, Or am I mistaken? Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that. I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it. We did have a look at it. You gassed it. Oh yes, of course. We did do the gas. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? Then he ate it afterwards. That must be some good music disc caramel. And then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe. And then he got shot. We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? So wait, chat, you know what would be hilarious? What if they played it though? They played the music and it's the Steel Samurai theme. For some reason, it plays a theme from the future. You just hear do 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 do. No wait, it plays the Gaviniers theme. How about that? It just plays one of those two themes from the future, and they're like, "What? You played it's Sholmes' theme? Wait, Sholmes, wait, why is your music on this disc?" But I'd love to see how the original compares to Hurley's copy. McGilded's disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail. We did it already. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted. Is the number of bullets that has you convinced? Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Maybe I should examine it in more and more detail? You're right. Alright, even more detail. More! That is blood, alright. I examined it. That is blood. I'm glad I got to examine it more. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Enhance! Although... Okay, you want me to enhance? Alright, see, we're going to enhance. Alright, we're enhancing. Alright, where the flips the friggin' window? We're enhancing. Time to enhance. Enhance. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and this, and then this, and then this, and then we're going to stretch the flip out of this, and then we are going to make it bigger, and then we're gonna make it bigger. All right, what does that say right there, chat? What does that all say about the blood right there? You want to enhance? We're going to enhance more than. All right, let's do it. Enhance even more, and do it even more, and then more. There you go. I did not examine the back in more detail. All right, how's this? Yep, that's a G right there. That is a G. That is a big old G right there. Yes. I'll deal with that after stream. Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like to find china. Does your employer dine with thieves? So I suppose if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position. A 3rd bullet somewhere on the scene, could that be possible? Could there be a 3rd bullet? Because let's see, there was one there, but we could not find the... Wait a minute. Wait, I think I can prove it. Allow me to show you then the 3rd bullet. And I think it might be this photograph right here. Oh, wait, never mind. Dang it, I thought I had a, okay, I thought I was getting close somewhere, like a third bullet. Not much. Okay, never mind then. I guess I don't have a third bullet yet. Because the thing is, if you look in that picture, so the younger brother was thrown, he was yeeted across the room, and the lamp was broken. Alright, so I'll just check on everybody else for now then. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. So if I understood correctly, you need two pictures, a left eye and a slightly different right eye one. Exactly, then you can see the scene in 3 dimensions. Like this. So if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them? I think you'll find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock. How can you be so sure of that? Think about it. The Skolgan brothers shot the great detective, didn't they? Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice. Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it? This is a waste of time. I'm not gonna change this man's mind anytime soon. Hey, Blazing Nice, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here. Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest. Huh? I mean, there is no question that the man was shot, but the bullet has simply vanished from his stomach. Wait, what? The bullet has simply vanished from his stomach? It's quite inexplicable, don't you think? What? I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Hurlick? No, Hurlock? No, Hairlock? Hurlock Sholmes by any chance? Yes, good lord. Oh! It was that Hairlock fellow. What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes? Is he alive? No, he's dead. That's right, using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell ya. Sholmes is dead. This is crazy. Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long ago after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. So I brought out my axe and... But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. So I'm afraid I just threw up in him and stitched him up. I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes? Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. The counsel for the defense is correct, as is clearly shown in this photographic print. The bullet that the Skolgan brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem 3-dimensionally. Who do you think I am, son? Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over. Like a pancake? Or are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did, and there wasn't a trace of injury, no sign that the bullet had left the body at all? What? That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards, which is exactly why I said about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can someone please solve the mystery? It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together. The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's an expert when you need one? Wait, hold on. 2 bullets were found at the scene.
Objection.
Oh wait, did I mess up? I messed up. I messed up. I'm losing points. I'm losing points. I'm going way too forward. I'm going way too forward right now. Ow. Dang it. This is getting really difficult. The last cases are always so difficult, though. I gotta keep asking questions. I should probably press them again then, now that we got a new comment out of that. Dang it, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna be sus. I'm becoming real sus now. But yeah, you're right, I should have saved. In a new save file, why not? I got all the space.
Hold it!
Mr. Sholmes' surgeon is on the jury? I've experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous. I'm as surprised as anyone. But there's no question that Mr. Sholmes was shot. Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in. How bad were his injuries, doctor? He was in a bad way. He lost a huge amount of blood, you know. And I suspect he was shot at quite close range too, because his skin was badly burned around the point of entry. Burnt? As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, but there was no sign of an exit wound, which is why I thought I better locate the lug and pop it out. And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient. Well, I wouldn't have done, would I? Because it's in the wall of the pawnbrokers. But how did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity. If only there was some expert in ballistics who could help. Oh. Juror number 6 and juror number 4.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. What? Oh, a ballistics expert. Pitting? P-I-T-T, Pit from Kid Icarus Uprising. Hold on, chat. Just look at Mouse. Look at Mouse, though. Who wants Mouse like that, though? Isn't that cute, Mouse? On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers, but since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. He's helping one of the jurors out instead of making them argue. That is funny, though. Dedenne. It's a Dedenne. It's the, Englandian Dedenne. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. I am a villain. Pleased to meet you. This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Galarian Dedenne. Yeah, there you go, Galarian. Are you able to explain the mystery? I pray. I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from Doctor. They could not find bullet in my body, and no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. I digested in belly. Is now digested and now outside. Bullet never hit me. Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down? Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. What? One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my... Oh, wait. Go back in there. This, right here. Glass, hit Sholmes, slice and dice him. Got him. It made a deep wound that looks just like bullet wound. Good gracious. Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that is solution to the mystery of disappearing bullet, and also how I stayed hydrated while dying. I pray. But that doesn't answer the question at all. The shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop, not some snowy mountain road in another country. Or did it? Dun dun dun! Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Bruno, where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach, sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses. Yes. The glass vials are very, yes. Acid, acid, and more acid. Ah! What? Really? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing? Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital as far as I remember. If I may, Lord Von Zeeks? While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during the summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. What the heck? His pouch is full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Holy heck. Mr. Sholmes has he has pretty good deck right now. He even has the elusive Pot of Greed. Mr. Sholmes has been holding out on us. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that. What does that do? It allows you to win life or something. I don't know, it says right here, Pot of Greed. Destroy 2 members of your two members of your fan club at ease. Should I play this card? Destroy 2 of you easily? Which 2 of you should I destroy? One of the files is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. Exploded? So that night, the bullet from the Skolgan brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. And it was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury. Can you draw your entire deck? Just imagine it's like this. I play Pot of Greed. It lets me to draw. Alright, this is my hand now. The bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into wall of shop. A delightfully complex aroma. Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least. Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and the burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Thank you very much. Glad I could help. Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester the scruffy pouch as evidence. Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy. Let's see, so one of them is smashed and there are scorch marks around it. Now the summation examination. Let's look at, whoa, it really got shot to the side. It got blown up. I can't find anything out of place. What do you mean? What are we looking at then? It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broken, look. This must be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. Bullet! What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was, do you see it? That's the Skolgan brothers' bullet! What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Windy Banks that night. We found exactly what that juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet! Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! If I had a dog here, I'd be looking at the dog too. Let's go! It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion. Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to overturn this around, somehow. I'm sure of it.
Oh boy, I can't wait to do that again. I can't wait to play this bullet and throw it in their face, and then the bullet hits their face and they end up dead. Why am I talking in this voice? This stupid.
2 bullets. Let's go presser again. I'm gonna go presser. And then we got this far, and then it was brought up there might be a 3rd bullet. And we have the 3rd bullet. I can prove it. I gotcha. Allow me to show you then the 3rd bullet. Here you go. You want to eat it? Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired. What is this new trickery you Nipponese conjure? You watch your mouth on, Zeeks. Where did you find that bullet? Oh, in my mouth. Blah. See ya, Firebrand. Thanks for coming. It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital, and since then it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skolgan brothers that night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that of Mr. Windybank and that belonging to the Skolkin brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. But that must mean... That's right, we now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired, meaning there's a 3rd gun and another person. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Oh! Wait, what was that? That was such an extra, like, oh! Order! While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As it is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter. What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Oh man. Things are getting kinda crazy right now. Hey, the Skolkin brothers are back, all 3 of them, including Gregsy. Witnesses? Governor? Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A 3rd bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that? The make of it, Gov? I don't make nothing of nothing if I can help it. Is it one of yours? Gore blimey, Gov, gore blimey, not a chance. In that case, did you have an accomplice? What? Never! The Skolgan brothers work alone! It's just the 2 of us, that's our trademark! How soon we forget poor Sulky? Poor Sulky. Free my man Sulky! Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it? Lummy, that an head scratch, yeah. Counsel for the defense? Yes? I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. A picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this 3rd bullet tells us about the Skolkin brothers. They had a secret accomplice. I know they didn't have another gun. I'm gonna say it's nothing to do with them. I believe it has nothing to do with them. Nah, shit. That's right. Yeah, nothing to do with us, Gov. We've established that one bullet was fired from each of the two guns already known to the court. The logical conclusion, therefore, is that on the night in question at Mr. Windyback's pawnbrokery, there was another person present in possession of a third firearm. Whilst the brothers may have nothing to do with the third gun or the bullet fired from it, it's inconceivable that they had nothing to do with the third man. Yes, the brothers were working with an accomplice. An accomplice was carrying a gun. Who was working a gun? Okay, so they do have an accomplice. Or I don't know. Because the thing is, the third party, I know, is this sus guy right here, Mr. Eggert, but was he really working with the brothers? The brothers. An accomplice, you say? Pix will. Huh? These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists, I shattered it. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. Ugh. The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spirituous character. The Skogans are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Well, counsel, I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is... I'm ready. I think I got it. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponese friends, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. Here we go. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference. In that case, counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? I'm going to present the blood sample portfolio because of the unknown man. We got the green blood.
Take that!
The evidence is right here in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it? You know, maybe this one right here? The one that says unknown? What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a bloodstain, my lord. A bloodstain? If you lick it, it's green. Green blood? Curious even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature by the name of Shrek? It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. By the great detective. New invention, stop. Not European story, stop. It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. I call it gun. I call it my side B. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Different elements of people's blood? Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Ooh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom, stop. Very exciting, stop. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybank. Ah, striking blue. Yeah, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybank was killed. By golly. Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Then whose blood is it? Well, the Skogan brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The dirt intruder, in fact.
Objection.
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear? You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged dirt intruder? It was the man himself, Egor Benedicto. The man's name is Egor Benedict. Egor Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, counsel? He paid a visit to Wendy Bank's pawnbroker in the afternoon before the incident took place. Wendy accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egor Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Broker. Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box this too. He was about to do some weird karate. Inspector Greggy was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Wendy Bank for a print showing the fellow. Oh! Taken from one of his red-handed recorder Grubbinsons. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Wendy Bank that morning. And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice. Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in me life. On me life, Gov, on me life, never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence. I agree, we must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start, but now I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Wow. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photograph print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. Just gonna save real quick because I'm pretty sure I know what it is. So I'm gonna present the blood samples again. That proof is right here in this portfolio. Good gracious, counsel, does that portfolio contain the answers to every question posed? Yes. I see you share my interest in claret-colored liquids, my Nipponese friend, but enough. The court demands to see further evidence. Which blood sample proves the man you identified was the one shot by the third bullet at the scene of the crime? This one right here. The one that's green. As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Wendy Banks. Which is when the aforementioned Egor Benedict appeared on the screen, I believe. This man did attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. Woo! I'm alive! But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Oh! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. There we go. Now we're getting close. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions caused Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom, using my trusty fogger gun. Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green. It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Edgar Benedict, who was in Windy Banks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Boy, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it's the opinion of the defense that Mr. Edgar Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes, a god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court of the land? Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green, what of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world will turn the same color. Well... What? Oh my goodness, he became extra. And pray, do not even think a suggestion that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. Is he right? Is Mr. Sholmes' concoction a load of rubbish? I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have? I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. Father Christmas? About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it? Good grief, what did you just say, young girl? And in the summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? Oh, so they have to believe us because it's the truth. So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite the devious mind. It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Runo. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Getting played by a 10-year-old, I repeat, getting played by a 10-year-old is insane! Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. After that shrewd presses of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. 2 called guilty and 4 called not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. No, shut up. You ratioed. I'm sorry, Lord Von Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. Ah! Wow, Van Zeeks, what a voice you got there. Nevertheless, we found ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I feared that would be impossible. What? The name the gentleman gave for himself, Edgar Benedict, is quite clearly false. I don't believe it. He lied? Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something? Who was that? Please, who spoke? It was me, my lord. Juror number 5? What have you to say, madam? If possible, Inspector. Me, ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again, the one in which the gentleman is shown. Ah, right, yes, this one you mean? Of Mr. Benedict? Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man? Hey, Pixel Dog, how you doing? Yes, I know him. What? No! Good gracious! What a coinky ding! Order! Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer, stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also a communications officer, stop. Whoa, he works in my office, stop. No way, a very talented operator, in fact, stop. He should be in the communication station now, stop. Tapping away on the telegraph, stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the accomplice will be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. You got Palatine and Elite Smash? Noise. I'm playing Great Ace Attorney. But of course, while everybody's here, just to let you know, after Great Ace Attorney, I will not be playing Great Ace Attorney 2 right away because I don't want to get burned out. The next game I'm going to play is this one right here. If you know what this game is, cool. If you don't know what it is, come by and show your support, I guess. If the gentleman is at London's communication station, should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Von Zeeks, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste. Drag him screaming and kicking. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregsy? Gregsy? Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the Palm Brokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Wow, it's been like 3 hours already in this case. Almost 4 hours. To be continued. Yay. What do you say, chat? Do you want to continue? Shall we continue? I don't know how much longer this case goes on for, but I'm pretty sure we're not. I'm pretty sure we're at the halfway point now. So, let's say we continue. Let's just do it. Let's go. I don't know how much farther I have, but I know I won't be able to finish it this stream, I guess. Let's go a little bit longer, though. A tiny bit. Ah, Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards our frequent cold shoulders now. It's only been 42 minutes. Sure. Ginny, are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything? But yeah, this isn't the first time the stream like OBS crashed on me. It's the second time. The last time was also a Great Ace Attorney stream. I don't know why. But before I put them on the archive channel, I gotta edit them together because now it's 2 separate streams. What's the point, eh? Why go through all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me? What? Well, you saw it. That picture. What picture? Ah, you mean this. The photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder. No, Pixel Dog knows. He's on the Discord. He sees the 2 separate streams on the Discord. But OBS just doesn't like me, or this game, or this case, or me, mostly me. Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you've gotta have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent. Of course I can. Did the points break? Yeah, ever since it crashed, the channel point rewards are broken. They're all broken right now. So in the meantime, just farm for them. Just keep getting points, I guess. Ginny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Duh? Bruno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new info, but still, we really like to hear it from you. Alright then. It was after we had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember that. Chat, you know what I've been thinking of getting? In the future, I want to get a long coat. You know, like a long coat, like similar to one that Gina was wearing, that long coat. I wonder how a long coat will look on me. It'd just be so long that it goes past my neck, so the coat is just long. I can't look out of it, but the coat is long. After that, I couldn't just get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1 to Windy Bank's place. I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I don't know what it's about or nothing, but if you ask me, there's something in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking in it lug with Windy Bank for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time. So you broke into Windy Banks. I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all of that was gonna kick off, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of a wick. And that's when... What do you think you're doing? Duh! I nearly died, I did, and next thing I knew... I grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like, I don't know what. Oh, that's what happened. So you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery. The manuscript. Have you got it here? Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you, a story? I beg your pardon? The Hound of the something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. Okay, bang. I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I want to see if it's here, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. That was easy. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you? You see, it was all nice until all that happened. So then the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. And it was there all right, the mantle script. Sholmes were in line after all. You did all that just to check for me, Ginny? Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick up out in the main bit of the shop. The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes. What was that noise? Someone's breaking in. Dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about? Ooh, chat, shall we have a meetup at the burglars convention? We're gonna have the Pixels by Night Sloth meetup at the burglars convention. Let's do it. Let's do it. I will burgle the heck out of you. I go in for a hug, but we can't do that because of COVID. But then I will, from 6 feet away, I will get my arm over on your wallet and take it. I win. I win. I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry. I better go and take care of it. Can I possibly have my gun back? Oh, well, I'll come with you and... Now, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances. Aw, Windy Bank cares. And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back out into the shop. I have to travel plenty of miles. I can travel up to 2 miles. Yeah, I can travel that far. And die. I lunged back in the storeroom and, like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap. I started to think I should help, see? So I was just about to go out the storeroom myself when... 2 shots. I heard a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And then there he was, right at me feet. Lying face out on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like. Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Windybank might come for you? Yeah, so I went to grab the old cove's gun. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. But when I got a better look at him, I knew. Windybank was a goner. Poor Mr. Windybank. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. And after that, I don't remember nothing. Yeah, that must be quite a shock right there. That must be when you passed out, Gina. If I hadn't done what I'd done, the old cove might still be alive. Did you tell the police everything you just told us? Of course I did, but they didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. It'll be alright, Jenny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Bruno's about to put the real culprit through the mill by popping a cap in his head. That cove was what there in the afternoon? That cove, what was there in the afternoon? That Edgar Benedict? Enhance. I still remember how he looked at me like I was nothing. He was there that night. Nice. We don't know his real name yet, but I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty. You what? You can leave it all in Runo's capable hands now, Jenny. Aww. Mr. Narado. Yes? How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGilded, we told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bog trotter off with him, even though he was a killer. No, I could never forget that. Oh, I did what I thought was best at the time, but the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. But what if I'm lying? You could be working to get another killer off the hook for all you know. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it. Oh, Runo. But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me and was prepared to defend me. My best friend. Who remembers this guy? Ryunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave it to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me and I'll do the rest. I was so happy I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute unwavering belief in him. Since then, I came to realize if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. What are you saying? I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry, I won't let you down. Even though I'm a diver and a no-good liar, you're not like McGilded. I know that. Huh? That's right, you're our friend, Ginny. Iris, we know you better than you think. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust. Yes, that's really all we need to know. Exactly. Aw, friendship. Mr. Narado, Aww. Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately. Yes, of course. Thank you. Aw, isn't that sweet, chat? That's so sweet. I've been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. Chat, when are you gonna put your faith in me? I don't feel any burden though. This is it at last, the final chapter, the final battle. Wish me luck, Susato-san. And I hope you're watching over me too, partner. Eyeball. Wait, is this it? Like the final part of the game? Wait, is this the climax we're heading into? Is it that? Well, okay. Let's go! Wait, how long will this take though? I need to know, how long will this take? Will this take like an hour or so? Because I need to prepare for that if it's gonna take a while. But a while, what is a while though? I don't know what a while is. I don't want to stream too long in 10 years. Dang. That's crazy. An hour? Oh boy. I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Von Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness? The subpoena was delivered to the communication station where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem. I'm a sloth, I'm nocturnal, but also I gotta worry about my throat because I gotta record stuff, you know? And I don't want my voice to die before the next stream. But hold on, let me go check my schedule real quick though. 2 hours? Let's see. Cause chat, we also have everything after the I should probably stop for tonight then. Because if it's gonna take that long, I can't stream for another 2 hours like that. But I can promise you, chat, that I will stream that with my work schedule this week. I will stream 4 times a week, which means double the Great Ace Attorney and double something else. So you'll get more Great Ace Attorney. So we will finish it next week if we stop right now, because if it takes that long, I'd rather we finish it next time. So we will finish Great Ace Attorney next time if we're really at the finale. Wow. I gotta say, chat, if we finish Great Ace Attorney that soon, we'll get closer to this. But yeah, so next stream will be the finale of Great Ace Attorney. That will be next, let's say Wednesday. Let's say next Wednesday. Wednesday will be the finale. Wednesday will be the Great Ace Attorney finale. All right, chat? If you're ready for Wednesday, that will be the Great Ace Attorney finale. So let's do it. I will catch you all then. Thanks for coming, everybody. If you haven't followed, please follow for more stuff like this. I gotta edit these streams together because the crashing, OBS crashed. But Thank you for being such a great audience, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll catch you then. Until next time, adios and...
Bye bye.